What up, guys? Nakamoto Crypto here. I'm calling out the Drake Network. Drake Network, I'm calling it out. I'm calling out the Drake Network.
Nah, my dude, I'm calling you out.
Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crush so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Get in that quick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon. Don Dada, Papa, you got to call me Francis MH. White intake like toast. Was told in shootouts. Stay low. Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Or just Papa don't hit me no more. On your dot, start your breakfast and I let you down.
I'm gonna admit something, man. Like I was gonna go really hard on this one. You know what I mean? But I've changed my tune a little bit. Let me give some context. Basically, I had somebody hit me up in my comments and said, "Yo, Beach, have you heard of this dude Nakamoto Crypto? Check this out. You know, he did this. Maybe you could do a rebuttal video on what he's talking about." But it was using the whole Ponzi, thing, with Drip, as though that's like the argument, So I didn't even really watch it. I didn't pay any attention. And look, just to clarify, like I'm just gonna let y'all know, like this is DGen DeFi. If you're in DGen DeFi, you are participating in Ponzi type platforms. There's Ponzinomics involved. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And the majority of things in finance have Ponzinomics to it. You can make a whole argument that non-dividend paying, that the stock market is a Ponzi, right? With the exception of maybe some of the dividend paying stocks. I mean, look, the entire banking system, right? Fractional reserve banking is the biggest Ponzi that ever existed. And our entire economy is based on it. Our entire economy. To start a business, you need to be able to borrow money, right? Banks are lending out other people's money. It's all one big fake charade, okay? And we are all participating in it. I'm willing to bet that like 99% of you that watch this all have a bank account. We all participate in Ponzi's. We can go on and on about how they're bad and how they only exacerbate the economic divide that is growing in this country. I mean, I get it, but that is the reality of the world that we live in. It is all one big Ponzi. And at least on my channel, I do like to talk about crypto, DeFi, and passive income. How can we as individuals get ahead in financial markets? Now, Ponzi can also be used too to talk about someone creating something with the intention to rip people off. And so if you believe that is what Forex is doing, then get it. Like that's your opinion, man. Like I get it. To give you guys some context a little bit about who this crypto Nakamoto guy is, take a look at this.
This rubbish right here. I'm not even excited when it's at $10, $20, $50, $100. I don't care. I want to see that $5,000 per Drake token. Since he's a wizard, he's a master wizard, right? He can turn the non-believers into believers. Show me that $5,000 per Drake. I don't want to hear it, bro. Talking about these little mini pump and dumps for you drip minions, drippians, whatever your names are. You know yourself. I know you're watching.
Clearly he doesn't think too highly of Drip. Certainly doesn't think too highly of people that are invested in Drip. And I was trying to figure out what were his intentions. He was referencing a Medium article that I thought had like a lot of holes in it, which I'll get into in a second. And I was trying to figure out like, what is this dude doing? Like, first I thought he was just an idiot because he was trying to use the Ponzi argument again. But then as I was listening to him talk, I was like, all right, this dude actually is smart. Like he actually knows what he's talking about. So what's the deal here? And what I thought he was doing, and I was going to make a whole video on this, was what I thought he was doing was just trying to basically capture disgruntled Drip investors to become subscribers of his channel. Nothing wrong with doing things to get subscribers. You guys know I pull out some stuff, but I was a little frustrated at what I thought was disinformation almost. And I was getting caught in how like angry he was at people in Drip and how angry he was at like the Drip community and how angry he was at Forex. And I was like, damn, dude, like what happened to you? Did You need a hug or something? And so part of it was like, well, that's a tactic. What he's doing is he's there's like a sales tactic that some people do where, you know, you try and make someone feel stupid, right? You try and make someone feel stupid for something that they've done so that they come and buy what it is you're selling or saying, etc. You know, the other part too is that, you know, we're in this bear market, especially with drip, that has just been bleeding out, just awful, you know, and God, what a time it is to get on vulnerable people and be like, hey, you want to come join a winning team? You know, take it from me, man. I grew up in Boston, like in the 90s. And I'll tell you what, man, like year after year being, you know, let down by the Red Sox, like it was frustrating. And as much as we hated the Yankees, man, did they look good in those pinstripe suits, getting fitted for their World Series rings. So coming to join the winning team is another strategy that you can do, going after people that are feeling kind of down and defeated. But then as I was getting ready to kind of like do this video, I was like, man, I want to give this guy some respect and actually watch some more of his stuff. And so let's take a quick look here. All right, so here's his page, Nakamoto Crypto, your daily crypto news and updates. So I started looking at some of his content, and I even started watching a couple of the videos. And look, this dude actually is providing a good, you know, this is actually a good channel, you know, and I can see what he's doing. And in his other videos, he doesn't talk like the way he does in some of the more recent drip videos. In fact, he started covering drip a while back, a couple months ago. And in his earlier videos, he actually wasn't, you know, bad mouthing people in drip or anything like that. And so what I realized what was happening, and I don't have any comeback for this, is that once he got into drip or once he said something negative about drip, the drip community just, I mean, I guess they blew up his comments. And, you know, I some of the people in drip, man, I get it, man. Like I you know, they are very passionate about their project, man. And they, you know, become quite combative as opposed to having maybe more of a discourse about something. But I could get like, you know, I was briefly going through like his drip videos, and as each one he made, he was getting more and more angry. Then I realized, okay, it's not, he's just responding more to the comments that have gone on, you know, and maybe that's something, you know, we as a drip community may need to look into more, like how we kind of treat people that come in and have, you know, legit questions about the protocol. I don't really get into Telegram a ton. And so I'm not really, you know, I try and welcome, you know, opposing comments on my channel, and certainly love responding to them and opening it up for discussion. But what he was doing, what he does on his channel though, is he gets in there and he goes over different projects, and he's offering some insights into things to be cautious of, to be very careful. He clearly understands DeFi. That was the other thing. I didn't think he had any experience in degen DeFi. He actually joined Drip as a little experiment, and he's actually hydrating. He's going to be in this for a year, and he's like, he's got it kind of made when you think about it. And I think he may have said this in one of his videos, that it's really a win-win for him, right? Like if he's right, he can, you know, pull the whole "I told you so." If he's wrong, then he's rich and he's a millionaire. A couple things I guess I did want to address, you know, that he talks about, and you guys have heard me say it on a lot of my videos, but that a lot of what Forex says, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like I kind of tune out when he's talking about times, dates, things like that. And certainly some of those price predictions he was talking about, you know what I mean? Like I don't think Drip's going to hit $5,000. That's pretty lofty. I can't speak for the man. I can just say from what I've done in terms of analysis, on-chain analysis, and looking at his protocols and what he's designing and looking at kind of the macro vision of everything, I'm kind of blown away with what he's created and what could the future potentially look like once everything gets up and running. And we really do have an entire economy, you know, that's based on money velocity, moving money around, the taxes, all of that. And look, Drip Network is not, you know, based on communism. Okay. So although we are a community and we find ways to try and support it as a community and collective, there is still game theory that's involved, and there's still a way of doing things to get ahead of someone else. Okay, so let's just be clear that there's, I'm a realist when it comes to that. That's one of the reasons why I like it so much. You have an opportunity to get in and buy assets that can produce income for you. You can participate in certificate of deposits, right? There's going to be lending that's involved. This is huge. There's going to be gambling. There's going to be entertainment like gaming. There's going to be a lot of different things, just like an economy, that you can be involved in. And depending on how you play it determines if you're going to get ahead or not. It is called the Animal Farm. And I hope some of you have read up and know a little bit about George Orwell and what the origins of that story are about. It's not about a bunch of people that all came together, broke away from a system, and then lived in utopia. No, there's a lot of greed and there's deceit and there's a lot of things that it addresses. So now look, I don't think you're going to listen to me at all, right? Because I know you're going to make a comeback video at this, and you know what I mean? But look, I'm everything you hate. I'm a fanboy. I'm a moon boy. I'm a cheerleader. I'm all that stuff. Okay. I'm just rah. Let's go drip. I get it, but here's what I'm asking of you, Nakamoto, you and me. I think there are some people out there that really I would recommend, and I make it a point in my videos to let my viewers know, hey, I may be the cheerleader, I may be rah, but please make sure you're doing your own research. And here are some other YouTubers that I highly recommend you take a look at, because they are doing a ton of in-depth analysis on drip. First and foremost, man, you got to check out my boy Easy over at Easy Step Investing. Okay. Now look, you've had some things to say about the reservoir. This guy does an amazing breakdown of the reservoir and what's going on with it. And since right now, look, we are relying a lot on the Ponzinomics of drip right now. We don't have things opened up. We don't have the animal farm up. There's not a lot of use case. So as a community, the push for the reservoir has in fact worked. And I think there's proof in there. Look at this, man. Right now, we're at 191,000 circulating supply of drip, and the B&B price is at lows. B&B price was at 260 the last time I checked. Last year, before the run up in drip, when we were at lows in the $4 range, okay, there was 130,000 circulating supply, and the price of B&B was 400. With these numbers, the price of drip right now should be $1. A big part of this has to do with the big push for the reservoir. And to keep in mind too, and maybe I've done a poor job of this, and if there's community members that think, oh, the reservoir will create a hard floor for the price of drip, that's not accurate. And Easy certainly doesn't say that, neither do I, but it is about raising the floor and cushioning it. And yeah, I get it. Providing liquidity to something is keeping the Ponzi going. Look at what happened during COVID. And the United States and the US government, the Fed, they had to pump money into the system to keep the whole Ponzi going. The whole Ponzi that we live in of the US economy and across the world, actually, all economies did that, just pumping money in. Had to keep the big lie. Although most of us just know that that's the reality of what it is. So, but listen, man, seriously, if you could, Mr. Nakamoto, please check out Easy Step Investing. This guy has done hours and hours of research, okay? And I put a link to his page in every single one of my drip videos. Another guy, the Drip Guide. If you're a beginner in drip especially, you need to be subscribed to him, because he does tons of live AMAs where he goes, 2 hours, he just answers questions live. So you can get tons of information from him. You absolutely should come check out Drip Tips. Okay, there's two guys that run this page. These guys provide just a wealth of knowledge of how it all works, and they break it all down. None of these guys, by the way, are cheerleaders like me. Lastly, Drip Farming for Poverty. Here's my guy right here. Check him out. Again, tons of research he has put into it. And he's got a good mission here to empower the impoverished through crypto assets and DeFi. Just before you come back and slam me, because I'm an easy target, man. Look at me, man. I just hang out by the beach and surf, and I bump Biggie, and I'm on YouTube cheerleading. All of that equals not credible. I get it. All right. So hit me back. totally cool. Check out those guys, man. Like seriously, maybe you already have. I don't think so though, because I think that, especially with easy step investing, you would appreciate just the amount of research that he's put into stuff. So to some of my subscribers and to my man that asked me to do a rebuttal, I'm sorry, I'm not coming strong. I'm not coming hard with this one. I looked into this guy a bit more and realized that his channel, I think, provides a lot of good information. I think all of you should go check out his channel. You know what I mean? In terms of he's going to make you potentially pause on dumping a bunch of money into something because look, when it comes to crypto, there's 95% of it is crap. When it comes to DeFi, 99% of it is just crap. And you can make a ton of money with it if you know how to kind of play it correctly. And that's difficult because these things can go really quick. Obviously, I've covered a bunch of different projects on this channel, and I've openly said, like, especially when it comes to like the nodes that I was covering in the beginning, like I'm not covering those anymore. Like I have a lot of concern. Drip was the one that, as I continued to kind of look into all the projects I was in, that Drip, I was able to see past just the basic Ponzinomics that so many of these projects rely heavily on, and saw that this was much larger than that. And if it's pulled off in the way that Forex has said it's gonna pull off, I think that we definitely have a couple more years at least of Drip where you can make a ton of money, and there will be cycles. In no way do I think Drip is gonna last forever. I hope it does. Maybe it will. I don't know. What do I know? Remember, I listen to Biggie and just hang out and surf. I don't know a lot of shit. In my mind, I'm like, all right, this thing could go for another couple years. And what can I do in the next couple of years to maximize my gains? And how can I play this correctly? So, Mr. Nakamoto, I'm glad you're in Drip. I cannot wait a year from now when you are balling from your Drip investment, from compounding for a straight year, and we go through another bull period with Drip. I think you're right. I think we're in a bear market and a macro, and we may stay in this for the next several years. It's possible, folks. Halving doesn't happen. The Bitcoin halving doesn't happen until 2024. But I think we are going to see another rally with Drip. And for those that have been compounding, I think you can make a lot of money. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial expert. Please, you have to do your own research. I think it is important that we have some people that are able to kind of cast a different perspective on things. Nakamoto, that's you. I can't come super hard at you. I think you even said it in a video. You've lumped Drip in with like Splassive and Elephant Money and all those other, rug pulls, and you're calling it a slow rug. I completely disagree with that. There would be no reason for it to be a slow rug. It should be a fast rug. Forex already had a ton of our money in pigs. He could have dipped off. It wouldn't make sense for him to do all this work and all these AMAs and all this stuff just to kind of slowly rug when he could have just taken off already. And you know what's interesting, folks? Did you notice on that clip that I played that he's really holding Forex accountable to a $5,000 Drip? That now, when Drip goes back up to $50 or $100, we can't rub it in his face. It's a nice little out you pulled there. I saw what you were doing. All right, folks, listen, if you got anything from this, please, if you could, hit that like button, subscribe. Love it if you would leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Nakamoto Crypto, keep hydrating, bro. We'll be popping bottles in 2023.